YouTube, is that you? It is. Hey, how's it going? It's Mike coming to you from Health and Wealth. How's your day going so far? The subject I wanted to talk to you about today is, are we able to live off ETFs, off YieldMax ETFs? Are we able to have enough that these ETFs will pay for life? So I'm going to try and do this in one take. Wish me luck. But I've been taking a look at YieldMax now for the past year and 2 months now. Originally with TSLY, TSLY, and then I've moved over to NVDY, NVIDIA, and MSTY. So I have MSTY up on the screen right now. And I just kind of want to take a look back, and I think a lot of us share the same goals of investing enough so that we can live off the dividends. So it's definitely a task that a lot of us are looking to take advantage of. But I know me as an example, I've been working now for, how old am I? 25 years, going to work every day, getting a paycheck, bringing it home, and then kind of just spending that paycheck. So there's a lot of people out there that are, just tired of the day-to-day grind. I'm one of those people as well, and there's got to be a better way. So our goal today is just to take a look through MSTY. I've gone ahead here and opened up YieldMax's website. I'll put the link for YieldMax's website in the description below if you want to take a look at that as well. And I've gone ahead and taken a look at a few different things. So let's talk about MSTY first of all. MSTY is the stock symbol. If you want to look that up, it's new. It came out February 22nd, 2024. This is a fantastic dividend paying ETF over at YieldMax. I created a video yesterday in regards to its returns. I'll go ahead and link that above here. If you click that link, you'll be able to watch that video. By the way, thanks to I think there was about 5 people who subscribed from that video. Appreciate you. So, you go to work every day, you make your, whatever you make, your $20 an hour, your $30, your $40 an hour. And then you come home and, you invest that money in hopes of retirement, right? A lot of people work till they're 65 and beyond. And for me, that's not where I want to be at 65. I'd rather be traveling the world with my family. So now I've heavily invested into high yielding ETFs like MSTY, NVIDIA, and a couple others there as well, like HYLD.to in Canada. So my goal again is to live off those dividends and be able to afford to pay for my family, and they can live off the dividends as well. So today, a bit of a down day on the entire market. So I was taking a look at MSTY. Their current distribution rate here is 99.16, so a little bit lower than it was yesterday, and even lower than the day before as well, which is, that's good, 99%. Some people would say yield trap for sure, and I completely understand why they would say that. So for those of us that don't know what a yield trap is, basically what they say is that they provide you so much dividend income that the NAV or the price of the ETF will drop dramatically. They'll have to do reverse splits. And these are all realistic things that could happen for sure. And it has happened with TSLY. Now, there's a couple ways of that happening. One of them is that the underlying stock just doesn't perform very well. Another way that it could happen is if the fund managers of these ETFs don't perform very well. We've seen it this week with MSTY here. The fund managers completed a couple calls at 1550, and then the ETF, the underlying stock shot way up with the price of Bitcoin, and so it surpassed that. So now our fund managers are having to, pay money to close those options, way more money than they made. So there's a couple ways for this to lose money as well. So before you invest, it's very important that you understand that your money is not extremely safe with these ETFs, but a lot of us are here for it. We are ready for the volatility, the ups, the downs, the swings, and we're excited about the future of ETF investing. So let's take a look here. I've gone ahead and opened up my trading account here, and I've gone ahead on Questrade. Again, I'll put the link for Questrade if you are in Canada and you're looking to start up with a brokerage. Questrade's fantastic. It's $0 to invest in ETFs here with Questrade. Now, when you take your money out, they do charge you, I think it's $4.95, but right now I'm on the mission of accumulating, not taking money out at the moment. So today, I think right now, our price of MSTY is $28.32. And if I scroll down here a little bit, you can kind of see the graph of MSTY. I'll go ahead and reduce the size of my head here so you can see that a little better. Give me a second here. There we go. You can see that graph a little bit better there. So it's kind of been up and down, right? It came out in February, shot up all the way up to over $44 for just a moment there. And it's been kind of snaking its way down and up and down and up. But so does the price of Bitcoin. As Bitcoin goes up and down, this goes up and down. So if you're a believer in Bitcoin, then absolutely this is the right fund for you. This also has paid out 4 dividends. I talked about that in yesterday's video. So very lucrative dividends so far. Some people call them dividends, just so you know, some people call them distributions. I'm going to stick with dividends. It's all good. It doesn't matter. I think it all means really the same thing. So I also opened up Bitcoin here, and on the American market, $64,667 in U.S. funds. If you're Canadian, I think that's right around $88,000 Canadian. So that's good. So, you know, Mr. and MSTY working together, paying out a dividend. I'm going to just scroll down here. If you can see that, that's good. There's the price of the distributions over the last 4 months. So if you have enough shares in that, can you live off it is the question. So I've gone ahead here and opened up a dividend calculator. I've just put a couple numbers in here. I put in the share price just a few minutes ago, $28.50. Number of shares, 351 shares, which equals a $10,000 investment in MSTY today. I put in there a holding period of 5 years, just 5 years. And I lowered the annual dividend just slightly to 95%. So we've seen well over 100% in the last 4 months here, but I wanted to be slightly more conservative than what it is right now. I mean, it's not that much more conservative, but we're just playing in fantasy world here on YouTube, right? I've also gone ahead and included a 15% tax rate. Here in Canada, I have my funds in something called a tax-free savings account. And when you buy American ETFs or American stocks that pay dividends, we are automatically taxed 15% on that. But within the TFSA, we don't pay any other tax other than that. So if you had Canadian ETFs or Canadian dividend payers, you would pay 0 tax on the income that you bring in from your tax-free savings account. Another way to get over the tax is in Canada, if you have an RRSP, even if I had American dividend paying stocks or ETFs, I wouldn't pay any taxes until retirement. When I pull all of that money out, then you're taxed on it. So could be a good way of investing if you plan on having your money in there long term. I've gone ahead here. I've put expected rise in dividend payment. I said 0. Expected rise in stock price. I put 0 rise in stock price, although I think it will go up. Obviously, we all think Bitcoin is going to go up, so we think MSTY will go up as well. But let's stick with 0 here. And I put $0 as my annual contribution. So down below, we have dividend reinvestment plan. This means that every single month when your dividends come out from MSTY, will they get reinvested automatically In Questrade, we can definitely use that system. A lot of people call it drip. And so I just put yes here. I'm going to change it to a no. I'm going to recalculate the information down below here. And it just kind of spits out some numbers, which is pretty awesome. Really easy to use tool here from Forbes, which I just found on Google. So it says here my ending balance is the same amount that I put in because I haven't reinvested any money in. And after the 5 years, my total dividend income was $47,516. Pretty good for doing absolutely nothing. Just taking the dividends every single month and putting them into a piggy bank that doesn't make any interest or anything like that. Pretty good. For sure. And you can kind of take a look every single year here. It's the same dollar amount that you're getting back, which is $8,077 every single year, just for kind of having your money in that MSTY. And that is the perfect world if MSTY does well, if MSTY keeps its performance going that it has over the last small sample size, 4 months. This is the perfect world. This is what you're going to get. Now, we don't live in a perfect world, and I'm not predicting the future at all. Also, I'm not a financial advisor at all. I'm just making this video for pure entertainment and for all of us living in the fantasy world of YouTube. Let's change it up, though, okay? Let's go, let's say, yeah, I do want to reinvest those dividends straight back into MSTY. And I want to do it for the next 5 years. So we went from a $47,000 total dividend income. Let's see what happens if you were to reinvest and purchase more shares of MSTY as you went here. So recalculate that. So you'll notice here dividends after 5 years is a massive increase. So ending balance $192,000. Cumulative return of, oh my goodness, does that say 1,829% and a total dividend income of $215,282. Pretty incredible. And then we have a little bit of a breakdown here for you for your reading pleasure over those 5 years. So your shares that you would initially own if you had to put $10,000 was 351. Your starting price was $28.50. Like I said, I didn't input any increases. I didn't input any annual increase in your contribution or your yearly stock price or anything like that. So at the end of year one, your final balance would be $18,081. End of year two, you can see it's doubling here, $32,682. End of year three, $59,000. And then let's skip all the way to year five here. Final balance, $192,993. So if I grab a calculator, let's talk about passive income here. So what was it? $192,993, and let's just divide that by 12 months. You're looking at $16,000 a month, and that's including the 15% tax. So can you live passively with high yield dividend income? Yes, you can, in a perfect world. Absolutely. So this is something that I'm working my way towards. I'm not quite at 300 shares of MSTY yet. I just got into it 2 months ago. And so for me, I'm trying to create 6 pillars of income. Currently have 1 pillar of income over at Dividend, which had a rough day today. That's okay. It's totally passive for me. What's great about it is I've purchased those shares with my hard-earned money that I've worked for, and it just sits there. And so I'm not dripping, not dividend reinvesting programming with Dividend. I'm taking that money and I'm putting straight into MSTY. Once I get that pillar fully built, I'll take both of those incomes and build my 3rd pillar. Once I have that built, I'll build my 4th, 5th, and 6th. At that point, the sky's the limit. We should be passively incoming enough to retire from work. That's the goal. So we'll see how long this takes. I'm willing to take the risk. I'm not sure if you guys are. If you are not willing to take the risk, high yield ETFs are probably not for you. There's so many different options out there, that are a little bit less risky. FEPI, as an example, FEPI from RecShares, pays out a conservative 25%. I'm currently not invested in FEPI, but down the road, after I build my 6 pillars, I think that's definitely a really good option for sure. I just wanted to pop on today and go over MSTY with you and just kind of play the game of, is this sustainable and can we live off our ETFs? So in my opinion, if everything kind of stays the same or even just slightly worse, yes, we can. What do you think? Go ahead, hit that subscribe button for me. I really appreciate the 5 or so that joined me from my last video. And take a look at the links above. If you enjoyed this content and you want to talk about either budgeting, I'll put it here, or if you want to talk about any kind of other investments, I'll go ahead and put my previous 2 videos here. Thanks for joining me today. We made it in one take. I hope you have a great day. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye for now.